9. Great. Awesome. I want to remember your faces. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we are going to go right into it. We met yesterday and we didn't get through our video, so we're going to watch the video again. We're going to play the game again. So here we are with this quiz. We're going to start at the beginning, so it's a little bit of a review, and then we can play our game, okay? The first couple of ones are going to be reviews. So we did them yesterday. Superlatives. Fast, faster, the fastest. Which one is the fastest? Which one is the fastest? Anyone remember? Which one is the fastest? Is the cheetah the fastest? Is the falcon the fastest? Or is the zebra the fastest?
Falcon.
Yes, good job. You remembered the falcon is the fastest. Let's see the answer screen. Way to go. The falcon is the fastest. Small, smaller, the smallest. Which one is the smallest? Earth, Mars, or the moon?
The moon.
Yeah, good job, Noah. The moon. Let's see the answer screen. Yeah, the moon is the smallest. Good job. You remembered from yesterday. Big, bigger, the biggest. Which one is the biggest? Africa, Asia, or Europe?
Asia.
Yes. Good job, Nene. Asia. That's where we live. We live in Asia. Asia is the biggest. And we say it like Asia. I'm gonna put that in the chat. Asia is said like Asia. Asia. I don't know why. English is really weird. Heavy, heavier, the heaviest. Which one is the heaviest? A blue whale, an elephant, or a bus?
Buwan.
Ooh, we got some buses, we got some blue whales. 9 thinks a blue whale.
Blue whale.
9, I think you're onto something. Let's see. Yeah, good job, 9. The blue whale is the heaviest. Heavier than a bus. Wow. Hard, harder, the hardest? I think this is where we left off last time. Which one is the hardest? Gold, diamond, or steel?
Diamond.
Yes, 9. You were paying attention yesterday. No, what's that face for? It is a diamond. The diamond is the hardest. Expensive, more expensive, the most expensive. A jet, a house, or a helicopter?
Horse.
A house?
House.
9 thinks a house. Anyone else think
House.
different?
Says.
Oh, I think Nene thinks a jet. Let's see. We got a house or a jet or a helicopter. It's the jet. The jet is the most expensive. Good job, guys. Hot, hotter, the hottest. Which one is the hottest? The desert, the beach, or the sea?
Desert.
I think you guys are right. The desert. Let's see. The desert is the hottest. Great job, guys. Small, smaller, the smallest. This one, we're doing it again. Let's see. Which one is the smallest? A kitten, a hamster, or a
Hamster.
elephant?
Hamster. Hamster.
Yeah, 9. You got it.
Ui, không ngờ nó ngài à?
Woo! The hamster is the smallest. They're all very small, but the hamster is the smallest. Cold, colder, the coldest. The moon, Saturn, or Neptune? Which one is the coldest?
Saturn.
Oh,
Saturn.
Neptune.
Saturn, Neptune. Let's see. Ooh, Neptune is the coldest because it is the furthest from the sun. Good job. Tall, taller, the tallest. Which one is the tallest? The Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower, or
The
Big
Eiffel
Ben?
Tower.
Yeah, the Eiffel Tower. Let's see. You guys are so smart. The Eiffel Tower is the tallest. Good job. Way to go. Way to go. You guys were awesome with that. Thank you guys for participating. I'm going to give everyone a point for that. Working hard. Everyone got a point. Okie dokie. So now today, we're going to do a lot of writing, which I know can be hard, but I want you guys to know you can do hard things. Okay, I know learning a new language is hard, but you can do hard things. And this class will only be as hard or as fun as you make it, okay? So just like that game was so fun, let's continue learning and having a good time, okay? So we got Galileo and his telescope. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to listen to this story about an astronomer named Galileo. This is Galileo. Whoop. And this is his telescope. He used his telescope to study the planets. So let's listen along as the book reads about Galileo. Galileo.
Unit 5, Lessons 5 and 6. Galileo and his telescope.
Galileo was an Italian astronomer who lived a long time ago. He was one of the smartest astronomers in history. He was the very first astronomer to learn about the solar system with a telescope. One of the first things he looked at was the moon. He saw the deepest craters and the highest mountains on the moon with his telescope. Then, Galileo studied the planets. He looked at Mercury, the smallest planet, and Jupiter, the biggest planet. He discovered that the planets don't circle the Earth. They circle the sun. Galileo was the first person to see Jupiter's moons. There are 64 moons, but he didn't see all of them. He only saw 4 moons with his telescope. Then he saw something that looked like ears on the planet Saturn. He didn't know he saw the famous rings of Saturn. Some people think Galileo is the father of modern astronomy. In 1989, a spaceship started a trip to study Jupiter and its moons. The name of this spaceship was Galileo.
Great job listening. We're going to go through it again, and I'm going to highlight our vocab words.
Unit 5, Lessons 5
Read
and
along,
6.
okay?
Galileo and his telescope.
Oops, I want yellow.
Galileo was an Italian astronomer who lived a long time ago. He was one of the smartest astronomers in history. He was the very first astronomer to learn about the solar system with a telescope. One of the first things he looked at was the moon. He saw the deepest craters and the highest mountains on the moon with his telescope. Then, Galileo studied the planets. He looked at Mercury, the smallest planet, and Jupiter, the biggest planet. He discovered that the planets don't circle the Earth. They circle the sun. Galileo was the first person to see Jupiter's moons. There are 64 moons, but he didn't see all of them. He only saw 4 moons with his telescope. Then he saw something that looked like ears on the planet Saturn. He didn't know he saw the famous rings of Saturn. Some people think Galileo is the father of modern astronomy. In 1989, a spaceship started a trip to study Jupiter and its moons. The name of this spaceship was Galileo.
Awesome. I'm going to play it again. And this time I'm going to highlight our superlative adjectives. I'm going to do it in blue.
Unit 5, Lessons 5 and 6.
Try to read along,
Galileo
okay?
and his telescope.
Galileo was an Italian astronomer who lived a long time ago. He was one of the smartest astronomers in history. He was the very first astronomer to learn about the solar system with a telescope. One of the first things he looked at was the moon. He saw the deepest craters and the highest mountains on the moon with his telescope. Then, Galileo studied the planets. He looked at Mercury, the smallest planet, and Jupiter, the biggest planet. He discovered that the planets don't circle the Earth. They circle the sun. Galileo was the first person to see Jupiter's moons. There are 64 moons, but he didn't see all of them. He only saw 4 moons with his telescope. Then he saw something that looked like ears on the planet Saturn. He didn't know he saw the famous rings of Saturn. Some people think Galileo is the father of modern astronomy. In 1989, a spaceship started a trip to study Jupiter and its moons. The name of this spaceship was Galileo.
Great work. I'm going to play it one more time. And I'm going to highlight other important words. Not vocab words, just important words that might be tricky for us to remember.
Unit 5, Lessons 5 and 6. Galileo and his telescope.
Galileo was an Italian astronomer who lived a long time ago. He was one of the smartest astronomers in history. He was the very first astronomer to learn about the solar system with a telescope. One of the first things he looked at was the moon. He saw the deepest craters and the highest mountains on the moon with his telescope. Then, Galileo studied the planets. He looked at Mercury, the smallest planet, and Jupiter, the biggest planet. He discovered that the planets don't circle the Earth. They circle the sun. Galileo was the first person to see Jupiter's moons. There are 64 moons, but he didn't see all of them. He only saw 4 moons with his telescope. Then he saw something that looked like ears on the planet Saturn. He didn't know he saw the famous rings of Saturn. Some people think Galileo is the father of modern astronomy. In 1989, a spaceship started a trip to study Jupiter and its moons. The name of this spaceship was Galileo.
Very cool. This is that spaceship right there. We went to go study Jupiter and its moons. All right, so now I would like you all to help me read this passage. But first, let's answer this question up here. What did Galileo study? Did he study telescopes? Did he study moons and planets? Did he study astronomers? Or did he study spaceships? What did he study? What did he study? Anyone have a guess? There's 4 options. Let's go in order. What do you think he studied?
อันแรกค่ะ one
Do you want help?
one
One?
yes
Let's see. So, very good guess. But if we see down here, let me go down here. It says Galileo studied the planets. And right here says one of the first things he looked at, oh, that line is not straight, is the moon. One of the first things he looked at was the moon, and then he studied the planets. So you're close. Galileo was the first astronomer to learn or study the solar system with a telescope. So he used a telescope to study what? He used his telescope to study
นั่นเองค่ะกาลิเลโอเขาใช้ไอ้ตัวเทเลสโคปเนี่ยในการศึกษาเรื่องอะไรลูก
เรื่อง
การดูดาวอะครับ
เรื่องดวงดาว
ข้อที่2ที่ทิเชอร์เขาไฮไลท์เนี่ยอ่านว่าอะไรคะ
มอนแอนplanet
Very good. And I know that's tricky. Okay, I know that's tricky. So I'm going to put that in the chat. Galileo used a telescope to study the moons and planets. He was an astronomer who used a telescope to study the moons and planets. Okay? He didn't study telescopes. He used a telescope to study the moons and the planets. Okay? So now I'd like us to read through our passage. We can go sentence by sentence. Okay, thank you, Om, for that great effort. I'm going to give you a point for that. That was working hard. Okay, so who can read this first sentence right here, starting with Galileo? How about Omsin? Omsin, Yumaha?
ออมสินอยู่ไหมคะลูกนักเรียนต้องเปิดไมค์ตอบนะคะนักเรียนค่ะถ้านักเรียนไม่เปิดไมค์ตอบเนี่ยคลาสมันจะดำเนินการต่อไม่ได้นะคะดังนั้นหนูต้องเปิดไมค์ตอบทิเชอร์ถ้าเกิดว่าตอบไม่ได้นักเรียนต้องบอกทิเชอร์ว่า I need help ลูกดังนั้นออมสินอยู่ไหมคะวันนี้ออมสินเข้าเรียนไหมคะ
ไม่เข้าทุกวันค่ะ
ไม่เข้าทุกวันโอเค absent
Okie dokie. What about Archie? Archie. I'm just going through the list, so if you're not here, that's okay. How about Artie? Artie. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. You want to read this first one? Just read to here. Galileo I'm helping you, buddy. Galileo
Galileo
was an
กาลิเลอีกาลิเลโอ
yeah, Galileo Galilei. That was his name. Galileo was an
เทเบิลแลนด์
come on, Artie. You can do it. Can anyone help Artie? Can anyone help Artie read this first sentence? No? Okay, how about we go on to August? August.
ออกัสค่ะอยู่ไหมคะ
อยู่ค่ะ
ออกัสตอบทีเชอร์หน่อยค่ะ
Do you want to give this first sentence a shot?
อ่านประโยคแรกหน่อยลูกนายตอบแทนก็ได้นายช่วยเพื่อน
Galileo was an Italian
Astronomer
astronomer who lived a long time ago.
Very good job. 9. I love to see it. Thank you. Galileo was an Italian astronomer who lived a long time ago. All right, let's go on to the next. Baimon, can you read sentence number 2? So we finished sentence number 1. Can you read number 2, Baimon?
Yes,
Cool.
he was one of the smartest astronomers in history.
Very good. Nice job, Baimon. What about this third sentence? Ball. Ball. No, how about best? How about boss?
He was the really with astronomer to learn about the solar system with a
Telescope.
telescope.
Very good job. 9. Thank you for volunteering. You're racking up those points. All right, what about this next sentence down here? How about sen? Sen. No, how about trooper? How about earth? Fasai. Pheno. No. How about first? Oh, Pheno, do you want to try? If you need help, let me know.
ไม่ได้ครับผมต้องอ่านเหรอครับ on for
Right here. One
on
of
for the on for the fit
things.
string
You
he
look at.
he look at
You got it.
with
Was
The moon.
Yes, first. You're Fino, right? Are you Fino? Kun
Okay.
Fino? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, good job, Fino. I want to give you that point.
Yes.
All right, who's next? First. Not here. How about folk?
He said the face Carter and highness
Mountains.
mountain on the moon with his telescope.
Yeah, telescope. Very good job, folk. He saw the deepest craters and the highest mountains on the moon with his telescope. Very good. All right. On to our third paragraph. We are rocking it. I love to see the participation and the teamwork. Who can read this first sentence? It's very small. How about Gamboom? Okay, how about Grace? Grace. How about Grand? Grand. Green. Green. No. Eam. Eam. Come on, guys, you got it. How about Jello? Jello. Yeah, try this sentence. If you want help, let me know.
I need help.
Okay, perfect. It says, then
When
Galileo
Galileo
studied the planets.
studied the planets.
Yes, good job. Nice work, Jello. All right, what about the next sentence? Kaimuk. Kaimuk. It's a long sentence. I think you can do it. Kaimuk.
I need help.
You need help. Thank you. He looked at
He looked at
Mercury,
Mercury,
the smallest planet,
the smallest planet,
and Jupiter,
and Jupiter,
the biggest planet.
the biggest planet.
Very good job, Kaimuk.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for giving your best. What about this sentence? Let's see, cow. Cow.
You need help.
You need help. Okay. He discovered
He discovered
that the planets
that the planet
don't circle
don't circle
the Earth.
the earth.
Very good. He discovered that the planets don't circle the Earth. What do they circle, Crete? I see you, 9. Crete. All right, 9, go for it.
The circle the sun.
Very good try. They circle the sun.
The circle the sun.
Very good job. That's a hard word. I know. Very good job. Thank you for volunteering. Let's keep going. How about Nene?
Yes, teacher.
All right, you want to read this sentence starting with Galileo?
Galileo was the first person to see Jupiter moons.
Very good, Nene. Thank you. All right, Nia, your turn.
Your turn.
You need help? There are
There are
64
64 moon,
but
but
he didn't
he is
see all of them.
see on
Very good job. There are 64 moons, but he didn't see all of them. All right, noon. Or is it none? None? How about nurse? Ohm. Not ohm, ohm, O-H-M. No. Okay, 9, go for it.
He already say for one with this telescope.
Yeah, he only saw 4 moons with his telescope. Very good. Then what? Party? Party. Okay. Patty. Patty. Okay. Poom. Poom. Prawane. Prawane. Pui. Pui. Sugar. 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 Missing out on some points, y'all. Taiwan. Tiger. Ten.
May I go to the toilet, please?
Of course. Thank you for asking in English. Of course. 10, can you read this sentence for us?
I need help.
Okay. Then he saw
Then he saw
something
something
that looked like
that looks like
ears
ears
on the planet Saturn.
on the planet Saturn.
Very good job, Ken. Super proud of you. What about this last sentence of our 3rd paragraph? Tutor? Tutor? Yukim? 1. Okay, 9. Go for it, buddy.
He didn't.
No.
Could. No.
Yeah, he didn't know.
He-
The K is silent. I don't know why.
No. He say the
Famous.
famous ring of Saturn.
Very good. He didn't know. He saw the famous rings of Saturn. Awesome job, 9. All right, one more paragraph and we are done. Let's do it. We have Ohm. Okay, how about Archie? All right, what about this second sentence? Boss? Boss? Trip?
start เอ่อ
You got it, buddy. I'm so proud of you. Started a trip
start ที่เอ่อ
Trip.
split
to study
to study
Mhm. Jupiter and its moons.
at